Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, October 16th, and I am well rested now. I feel so much better. I just need to make sure that I schedule in, that spiritual rest for me, to not to overdo it, because I really want to be here and I really want to do my readings, and I really love this work. So there's that. I just wanted to do a few shout outs. I have a Judith, and I want to use the last name, but a Judith, she sent me a card for my Jazzy. I thought that was so nice. And she wrote, in there. And I just want to tell you guys are so kind and so nice, and you make me feel so wanted. Thank you. So I really appreciate this card from Judith. And then I did a reading, and this is a barter gift that came through, and this is from the Tree to Remember, and now I'm gonna cry. She got a living tree memory for Jazzy. These are really cool gifts. If anybody wants to know where they can do this, I think it's a Tree of Remembering. This is their website. I don't know if you can see that, but you can definitely give gifts for somebody who has lost a pet, and you can put like little notes in there for them. And this came with it. So I'm going to put this on my Gaia and put her around there. So Jazzy's always with me. Since she was always with me when I was doing my readings and snoring, she was always right there. Always. I'm just going to put her on my Gaia, and she will always be here. But that was a really special gift. And thank you. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. It made me tear up and feel, a certain kind of appreciation for everything that you guys give me. Whew. Okay. I love you, Jazzy. Oops, sorry, guys. Okay, so let's read on the collective energy of the townhomes last night. I got the highlights. I can't watch Trump. I can't. But I got some highlights. You know how they do on YouTube. So I'm wondering, I kind of feel like the people in the back were paid to start nodding their heads. That's what it felt like to me. It felt so staged and so fake. And they have to put those people in the background, and every time he says something, they just nod their head. That's all. I wonder how much money that they get for that. Sell their souls. Ugh. But anyways, let's read on the collective. Let's see what how 45 base feels like. He did. I did watch a little bit of what I kind of popped in every so often with Biden. He's so calm. He's so courteous. He's so, tell the truth. And I know he probably has skewed a few details, but whatever. Indulging on a few details is way different than out and out lying. 45. You little demon. Alright, let's see what the big debate. Overindulgence, being smug, poor lifestyle choices. I'm asking about what his base thinks of him. That's the base of what they think of him, is overindulgence, being smug, complacent, greed. That's weird. Remember the 8 of Cups, which is withdraw, changing in priorities, and letting go. That's what his base is worried about people leaving his you know, liking him or voting for him because of how he acts in public. He's that uncle you can dress up, but you can't he can't behave in public. Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. So that's interesting. So the restrictions beware of paralysis and analysis. It's funny what this is right here is efforts to gain money, but this is the restraint, the restricted. The Eight of Swords, the restriction. So he's restricted at his base, but all he thinks about is gaining the money and getting what he needs from them. Looking for assistance and planning. The Eight of Pentacles going forward, doing the groundwork. Doing the groundwork. He banters, he doing the groundwork, so they want him to strife, argument, and tension. Are they starting to argue? Ooh. And then the Ten of Swords. There's something going on with his base really bad. Doing the groundwork, they want him to do what they want him to do, but the strife and the argument and the tension, the betrayal and the loss and the defeat is what's showing up. This is, their goal. And the misfortune, this is the outside influence. They're not going to be very happy with the results of what he's doing. The Ten of Pentacles, wealth and happiness. Ugh. I know it's always about money, and I get sick and tired of money showing up too. Trust me. But it's a major factor. It's a major component of the Republicans, and it's a very major component of 45, him being a president. And so, like, there was a senator, I can't remember his name right now, that I was watching when they were doing the thing for the judge, and he talks about the dark money that's there. He goes, there's something really, really wrong. There's some dark money coming in, and that's how they're getting paid, and that's where they're getting their stuff. That's what their motivation is. Their motivations are not for us anymore. They are for money and where they're going to get that next dollar. That's why money shows up every time. Friendship, collaboration, rewards, victory, and healing. That's what they want. That's what they want. This is on his base, right? This is the outcome that they want. However, the truth is the Two of Pentacles, which is judging finances and demands, and then judgment will rain on them, and then they're going to feel like a fool, and the Tower moment shows up. So no matter what they think and what they want, they really do believe that they're going to have a victory. I don't know why they think that, but they do. So they think, but the Tower moment, so the judgment's going to show up, the juggling of the finances, they're going to start seeing it. They're going to feel like a fool in the Tower moment. The chaos, the withdrawal, the upheaval is going to happen in their world. That is the truth. All right, let's see what Biden's base. We'll see what how they felt about him. See what's going on there. I do miss Jazzy snoring right about now. Maybe one of my other dogs will start snoring to fill in the gap. Ooh. That's interesting. Three of Swords inverted. Reading on Biden's base. So, you know, the Biden's base, it picked up a lot of the grief that we're having over 45. This is the worry that they have. That's the grief. And they're, you know, anxious about that. The King of Swords. This is the King of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So that's, the whole thing is, I picked up on the grief of that. And him wanting to move forward, wanting to get out of that new cycle and enterprise, and the rigid, the flexibilities. The Emperor came in inverted, and so dominating tyranny. So they're really worried about that, and they're worried about being poor, and they're worried about the lack of empathy in this world, and him trying to. That's the reason why the heartbreak came out. So. All right, so that's what came up on that. I want to read what they feel, how they feel about Biden's town hall. They're still worried about 45, so let's get off of that, which makes a little sense. Everybody's worried about that. We need to get off of the focus of 45 and get on our focus of Biden. That's just the bottom line. Focus on Biden. And get off of focusing on 45. So let's see how they... King of Cups. Yep, there's Biden. So they're ready for him. They thought that he did wonderful. They thought that he did, you know, the wealth and the happiness, the achievement of the first stage. And that, of course, we have the lowest point, you know, that we have to attend with. But the Three of Cups, friendship, collaboration. So they really think that he did pretty well. However, they're still worried. You know what I mean? Which is understandable. Strength. Strength. So that's good news. I want to know. That's really good news. That worry's still there. But let's focus on Biden and Kamala Harris. Let's focus on them and do that. I want to read, somebody said something about Don Jr. not doing very well. Let's do a read. Let's see what's going on with Don Jr. The Friday morning blitz. Don Jr., see what's going on with him. Don Jr. is in delusion. Delusion. That's interesting. Withdrawing, changing, priorities. Beware of deceit and betrayal. Ace of Pentacles, which is manifesting new financial and enterprise and opportunity. So where is he going? Lack of progress and planning. Focusing only on the short term. So let me see. Well, that tells me who he is. Tell me how he's doing. Let's see how his health is. Say, I'm not a doctor, so let me see how his health is. See what's going on there. He's not doing very well. Didn't 45 look so angry last night? Good grief. Ooh. Downfall, failure, stagnation, heartbreak, and change. Change is happening in his body. So we had the Three of Swords, the Devil shows up, and Death showing up. But the Ace of Swords is the new idea of mental clarity. That's the Doctor's victory or strength, adversity, or just an offering of a new way of thinking. That's the offering of a new way of thinking, because this is how he is right now. And if he keeps on doing what he's doing, the results are going to be catastrophic. Catastrophic in that, and what is going to happen with him. The Eight of Cups, withdrawal. So somebody was right. His health and all of that is not doing very well. This is Don Jr. Whatever he's doing, all of his whatever, drugs, antics, lying, pandering, whatever he does. Okay. Goodness gracious. Alright, let's do 45. Let's see what's going on. I really want to know how he's feeling about... Ooh. I don't want this Page of Swords. I want to really know what he's feeling about how he thinks he did at his town hall. Which was so much better to listen to him yell at the meteor, the lady, than to be yelling at Biden. That's so funny. He has to yell and be argumentative and just terrorize somebody. I wonder, what we see in public and what we see behind doors, I bet you what's behind doors is 10 times worse. Temperance. King of Cups. He's worried of the strength and the balance of Biden. Withdraw. Well, he withdrew from the debate, right? So that shows up. He withdrew from the debate. The Ace of Wands talks about new cycle and enterprise, new way of doing it. Then the King of Cups, he's worried about Biden, of course. And then the Page of lack of progress and planning. That's what they keep on telling him, is you want to take away all your health care, but you have no plan to replace it. And he knows it. Bad memories, feeling out of place, dwelling too much in the past, stuck in a rut, memory loss. So temperance, balance, and moderation, why did that show up, Spirit? Self-control. So I think people around him were telling him, you need to balance it out, you need to take it back, scale it back a little. But what goes over top of him is his act. He can't not be just a terrorist. He just can't. He can't. That's what falls over top of him. He is knee-jerk. His temptation to be belligerent and awful, it overpowers him. The withdrawal and changing priorities, lack of progress and planning. Let's see what else we got. Burdens. Need to delegate and get help, but he's not. Eight of Pentacles shows up. Lack of opportunity, ambition, tedious work. Too much hard work for you. Instability, silence. This is 45. And how he feels about his own town hall. Defeat, fall from grace, overlooked, unpopular. He really is in this poor me, poor me, poor me. The Lovers show up, and then the Queen of Cups, which is emotionally insecure, blocked intuition, dark feelings, moody, into all of it. He's in chaos this morning. These cards are called tarot cards with keywords, and I got them off of Etsy. Tarot cards with keywords, and I got them off of Etsy. Linda Boyle is the creator. So he is emotionally insecure, blocked intuition. He really isn't feeling it's like he did this, and then he goes home and he has tons of regret about what he said. This is probably why temperance. I wish I would have said this, but he can't help himself and he has to be a belligerent jerk. I think I have another snorer. Do you hear that? That's my Lexi. She's an old Chihuahua. That's funny. All right, so 45 really is like he went to this party and he goes home and he's angry. Oh, he could have done that better. And he's really in a bad way this morning. That's very interesting. Let's get a feel of his people. I really want to know if they're ready to give up on this man or not. I want to know what his people around him, the government around him, how are they doing? Yeah. That's too funny. All right, let's see. Craftsmanship. Moving from turbulent to calm. I think they all are ready for this. Breakup, separation, abandonment. I really do think the sane people around him are ready. They're done. They're so ready to be over it without trying conflict, abandonment, agreeing to disagree. The moon, fear. They have a really bad fear of the Republican Party coming after them in their careers. And poor Lexi. So they're really worried about that. They're really worried about that. All right, people. Diving deep into the energy of that. Just know that Biden is still on top. We're doing well. Keep up the good work. Keep your focus on Biden. And we'll make it through. All right, everyone. Have a good Friday. Thanks.